It's time for Maggie and the Moms. Sponsored by Tampa General Hospital.
This is the age of the screenager. You know, those device-dependent kids who don't know life without phones, without electronics. But here's the question we're debating today. Are we parents enabling these phone-aholics? Welcome, everyone, to Maggie and the Moms. I have a great panel to chat with today. Stephanie Rodriguez-Neely. She is the founder of the Tampa Bay Moms Group, a great resource for parents who just want to network and meet other moms and do fun things. Welcome, Stephanie.
Hi.
Mother of 5. I always like to throw that in because, you know, she's got a lot of different perspectives. Laura Byrne is a mother of 2 boys who are, in that sweet spot age of screenager time. She is the editor of Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. Always good to have you, too.
Great to be here.
And Deanna Moore at the helm, como siempre. I break into the Spanish when I see you. And I'm like, why do I do that?
No sé.
But it's fun. She is a mother of 2 girls. All right, ladies. So I actually saw a post on Instagram that kind of triggered this for me. It said, Roblox is not just a game. It's your child's first addiction. So I went down the Roblox rabbit hole.
Okay.
My kids don't have Roblox. My son is not allowed. Just because, I don't know, when we first allowed him to play video games, it was sports-related games only, and Roblox wasn't in that category, so I said no. But in reading about Roblox, I now find all sorts of things about it that are very good to know. And Chris Hansen, did you know, of Dateline fame, is doing a whole documentary about the child predator danger associated with Roblox. There have been all kinds of incidents. We'll talk about all of that, but I thought I would start with you, Laura.
Yeah.
Because I know your boys, they play that, don't they?
They do, and
What is it?
Fortnite and
Explain it.
Minecraft.
Explain it.
They're like, and when they play, they're not playing by themselves. They're usually on the phone with their friends playing, or their friends in Norway who moved back. So it's like, for them, it's like a social opportunity, but they're also not playing alone. And their game room is right by where, like, the heart of the house and the kitchen and the living room. I can hear what's happening. I can hear what's going on. So I'm not too concerned, but of course we do check any messaging and things like that. But for the most part, they're just playing with friends. They're in these make-believe worlds. And then they also like to, I don't know if it's on Roblox or another one, but they create their own games.
It's very educational.
And then, in a way, yeah. So I think there are definitely benefits. And it's not like video games from back in the day where you couldn't interact with other people and you're all by yourself. But this is where that concern, of course, comes in, where it's a social thing. You're playing and you're interacting with other people. So we haven't personally had any issues with any creepers that have been approaching our kids. Like, I can check their little chats and go through.
And you can
it's
disable those as well.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't have to play with people they don't know. That's an
they
option.
Just like
they can opt out of
they're
that.
hanging
Yeah,
out
me
with
too.
their
I didn't know.
friends, but in this weird digital world, and there's animals or something,
And
or
yes,
this pet thing.
I'm
or,
glad that you said that there are benefits, because, you know, I diss everything electronic all the time. And I want to say, in reading about this, I did find it's a creative game. There's a problem-solving skills, spatial reasoning is enhanced, you build your own worlds. But all the things that make this game so attractive to children are the things that, according to the experts, make it addictive. So because you can build all these worlds, because there are no set rules, because you invent your own games, because you create avatars, because you're rewarded with, like, this in-game
that dopamine
money
hits constantly.
Yes.
it
too.
triggers the same kind of response that a gambler gets, and makes you want to stay a long time, the unpredictable nature of it. And so that's the topic today. It's fine in moderation to, of course, allow your children to play video games. But when it becomes an addiction that is akin to, like, alcohol and drugs and gambling, how are we going too far? What are we doing to our kids?
Back to, that's where parents need to be aware and involved and limit screen time and balance screen time with outdoor activities or extracurriculars or reading. And, you know, it's up to us, because, to be quite honest, if I had no other responsibilities, I'd probably sit around engaging in one of my hobbies. My hobby tends to be more reading a book, but I could do that 24 hours a day if I had nothing else to do. Something has to pull us away. And for kids, without parents being involved, nothing's going to pull them away. We have to put that responsibility on ourselves. We have to limit screen time. We have to make sure, based on age, that what they're playing is age appropriate. The access to our children is appropriate. My kids cannot have discussions. They cannot engage in the chats. We have filters for age appropriate stuff. I know that Roblox specifically has a lot of security measures that they do internally to try to filter out bad words. My daughter made a screen name once and got blocked, and she was so upset. And like at the time she was 6, and I think it was like Little Miss Piggy. I don't remember what it was, but it was something like I never would have thought this was bad. So they are on there trying to protect kids, but it's still.
But predators get in, and that's what the
Absolutely.
Chris Hansen documentary is going to be about. So just know what your kids are getting into.
Elaborate. What's he going to do?
So he's just investigating Roblox because apparently there have been lawsuits. There was this predator who was on Roblox, very famous name. The name escapes me now, but he's been blocked because while he was in there by Roblox, while he was in there, he actually caught like 6 predators who were pretending to be teens, but were actually preying on kids.
Are they finding them in real life, IRL?
Yes. So that's, yes. In that case, yes. But in the Chris Hansen case, he hasn't said that much about it except confirming that he is, he's famous for To Catch a Predator. Yep. So he is confirming that he is on the Roblox investigation.
I had a minor obsession with To Catch a Predator.
Oh my God.
And I mean, I watched the episodes where people would come with a cat under one arm and condoms in another hand. And, oh my gosh. I guess I would advocate for the devil when it comes to because I used to be the person like, yes, parents need to sit there and watch their kids, and we can't put all of the accountability on these companies. But then I think about all of the things lately. The world is different now. We have to watch our kids constantly. And how are we supposed to do that if we are also cooking, working, cleaning, taking them to their things?
Yes.
Being a chauffeur. So how are we always supposed to
find ways around every restriction and
100%.
limitation
They
that you
do.
put in there? So I agree that we can't let these companies off the hook either, because they are, and it's been proven now, intentionally designing these things to promote engagement, because that's how they make their money. They want your kids to be addicted.
We know that's the same way.
We know it. It's been admitted. So
I don't know. It's not just Roblox, in my opinion.
No,
it
it's
is
not
everything.
just Roblox.
And honestly, like social media too. That's why I put limits on my phone. Because you can lose an hour of your life to what? There is nothing good happening. Like I look and I'm like, what did I really see that made my life better when I was on Instagram? I won't even do TikTok. And maybe that makes me old and whatever. But but I just like, the recipes, they've been pretty meh.
Yes.
I follow the chefs, the trusted chefs that I love instead. Or like, God forbid I look in a cookbook and find a recipe.
What is that? What is the cookbook?
But to me,
No,
I'm just
kidding.
like, but the thing is, I also know, because I'm like, they're intentionally trying to hook me.
Yes.
And it's
And
not,
you're
and it's not just
a
our kids,
grown
it's
woman.
us too. And I'm a grown woman.
Yep.
And
Well, I mean, that's
it's
why
like,
if you're on TikTok, the algorithm is learning you and learning what you like to keep. Like I
Yes.
said, I do enjoy my doom scrolling on occasion, and that algorithm knows exactly what's going to get me to
can't
like
do it
and read
anymore.
I know,
more.
and it doesn't. I know.
It's way.
How much time do
It's
you?
how I get most of my news too. I mean, TikTok, it's like I'm getting these little 30 to 60
don't
Yeah,
do
that's
it.
a bad
Don't
place to get
do it.
news.
That is not
Bad
a
place to
trusted
get news.
source.
Not only am I up to date on
I mean,
news,
unless-
but I'm up to date on what my kids are exposed to.
Yeah.
So my daughter's constantly, Mom, did you see that TikTok about this? And I'm like, yes, I did. And I know what she is seeing.
Well,
We can
yes,
talk
but
about
again,
it.
your
I
feed
love
doesn't
it.
necessarily look like her feed.
That's true.
Sadly
Right?
does,
Because I look at my husband's and
well,
mine, and
my husband's feed
it's
is
like a whole
hysterical.
different
I'm like, how
world.
old are you? Like,
Yeah.
you're only
It's a
50.
whole
my
different
God.
world.
But
Yeah,
my
we're not
daughters
at
and
the
I are
TikTok
similar.
age yet with my kids, I guess. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're-
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be like
I
that.
know. Terrified.
So, first of all, I want to commend you because you echoed. Deanna can attest to this. We had Lenore Skenazy on. I think it was the last podcast, maybe the one before. She wrote Free Range Kids. She's been an advocate for just like, let your kids go outside and experience the world, let go and let grow. And we talked about this, and she said that kids, yes, are absolutely addicted to their phones, but they're addicted by default because they don't have anything better to do than sit there.
Yeah.
And so you said that, Stephanie. I'm like, applause for you, because we have to remember that we have to give them a healthy alternative. We have to say, give me the phone and go out and ride your bike. Give me the phone and go out and do blank. So that's on us.
And my kids love being outside. Honestly, if you give them the option,
that's their
like,
preference. That's what came out of a recent Harris poll.
But I live in a very low crime area, a very nice neighborhood. It is gated. The people are outside all the time. It is about as safe as you could possibly want a neighborhood to be. And even at 9 years old, I still want to be outside with my son, because you never know. And I know it's because, again, back to social media and everything else, we have all the bad news. We didn't have access to bad news. I think the worst thing I ever heard of when I was a kid was baby Jessica falling in the well. And it was because that was like a national news story and we had to watch the news to get updates.
Yep. Yeah.
But
you should listen to that podcast episode with Lenore. She talks about exactly this as well. And that's and that's on us parents. You're wrong because statistically the odds of something bad happening to your kids.
And they want to be with their friends.
Minuscule, and they want to be unsupervised with their friends.
We keep like taking away their quality friendship time because we're worried about the world that we have no control over. So if we let them be with their friends, they'll do better.
I know that, and I'm still guilty of it because there's always my what if.
Well, I mean, Maggie, you know, we've talked about
You're
this.
Like
we've covered, we know that bad things happen, right? We don't have to dream it up. We have covered it.
But the reason it's news is because it's rare.
It's 100%. Yeah. But, and it's like with my kids, it took a lot, like even our same thing, gated neighborhood, like very safe and, you know, roaming security. And I still panicked about my kids even just leaving like our little bubble, right? And playing with their friends. And we had these families, I was talking about the kids from Norway, and there were 3 different families from there, and they were a little bit more free range.
Yes.
And it kind of opened I'm like, oh, like it's gonna be okay. Like I got them watches to track them.
The only thing worse than mom guilt is the fear of mom guilt because it's always in my head. If I'm not there and something happens that I could have prevented.
Yeah.
It's not just the
therapy.
worry.
And I say that as somebody who is a recovering person.
And I'm pretty free range. You know me. I'm pretty you know, get dirty, rub some dirt in it. Like I am, but at the same time, my fear of failing my children in a situation that I could have protected them against is so strong. That's why I'm on TikTok to start with this.
Yeah, but you got to look at the odds.
I know.
It's true.
I do, but I'm still like, there's that chance.
You know, and a good example for us too.
The chance of being killed by a chicken is rare, but not zero.
Yeah, it can happen. Coconuts.
So you're saying there's trees. Has anyone been killed by a chicken? Well, yeah, that
probably.
All right.
Choking on a chicken when they're eating it, right? There you go.
It's low.
Okay. Well, we're going.
It's low, but it's never zero.
Does that mean something else? Yes. It does, doesn't it?
What did you say?
That's the reaction that I get in the office when I say something that I don't realize means something else.
Did you say, oh, she said chicken?
Oh, she whispered it.
I don't want to know. Oh, God.
Yeah, it's okay, Laura.
I don't know what can of worms I just opened there.
Okay.
I am so
it's okay.
sorry.
I'm a child,
it's okay.
and I apologize.
I have to go Google this after
I'm a child.
if you were on
You
if
can
you were on
tell
TikTok
how
more.
inadvertent and innocent that was, so it's absolutely okay.
Oh, my God.
No.
Now I'm
terrified.
terrified.
You started laughing. I was like,
no.
oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm going to change it. We collectively, as a U.S. culture, are crazy in what we think is going to happen to our kids. Because
Yes,
I
we are.
literally
Well,
last night
we are.
had drinks with a friend of mine from Ukraine. And she kept saying America. Like every time we would say something, she'd be
so
like,
many contexts.
Americans.
Why are we like
We
this?
are exhausting.
what do you do? Her big example to me was every kid gets to be in chorus. She said, that's not, you can't sing, you can't be in chorus.
Yes. Agreed.
But to bring it back to this topic, we do these things in our head culturally because we're constantly strolling that we're just, it's a detriment.
But we are the
ourselves.
ones who have to, like, quoting Lenore again, and I'm getting off topic here, but she's like, yes, she's been talking about this for 20 years.
Before Jonathan.
And it takes a mom actually listening and doing it to make the change. So you start, then you start, then you start. That's the only thing that's going to change. And so I want to bring it back to raising addicted kids. We're a little bit saying that it's just the way it is and we just have to be vigilant. But I mean, do you realize and do you agree with what we're doing to our kids with these phones? Let me just, Stephanie, read. Okay. Staying up late to play, right? If the kid is doing that. Your child constantly talks about the game, seems unable to think about something else, spends hours planning their next gaming session. Loss of interest in other activities, hobby, sports, social activities once enjoyed, now neglected. Mood swings, lying about the game, hiding the game when it's not allowed, working around limitations that you set. Any of those sound familiar to any of you?
I mean, we had one episode, actually it was like a week or two ago. My son thought I was in bed for the night and I came out of the room and he about jumped out of his skin. It was screen time off, like in bed. And I saw him jerk, and you know he's 9. My thought went to what 9-year-olds may be doing, but then I realized there was something glowing out of the screen. I went, wait a minute!
There's a phone in there,
like,
iPad.
He had his tablet in there, and I mean he knew he did wrong.
Yeah.
He's like, here it is, and handed it to me looking all pouty. That's the only issue. I mean, my kids, again, because they all have sports, we all have activities. I do like being outside. I'd love to read while they're riding their bikes.
You're filling their time with other things.
We're pretty good about it. So maybe that's why I look at it a little more relaxed than you guys. Like,
well, here's the thing: riding in a car with a bunch of teen boys, it's quiet, and you look in the back seat. And all of them, even though they're sitting right next to each other, are on their phones.
I promise you, the alternative is worse. You're going to hear a lot of 6-7s coming from the back seat.
Well, I do hear that too. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Let them have their screens.
Slang is also a topic on this podcast still to come. But I say to myself, what do you? I say to them, what are you doing? And they're like, oh, we're playing a game because now we've expanded.
And they do.
What we allow, and they're playing this game called Clash Royale.
Yes, Clash Royale. I was just going to say that's what our kids are also playing. Yeah.
It's new in my life, so I need to do the Roblox style deep dive into Clash Royale. Yeah. I don't really know what it's about, but they were in the back seat all playing each other.
My question is, if he had to download it, do you know when things are downloaded?
I did. Okay.
Yeah, we had to approve on our,
and so it was like a hangout. This was last weekend. They were all coming over and they were sleeping over. Can I please get this game because that's what we want to do and we play each other. Yeah. So I said yes in the moment because I'm not gonna. Whatever. And so now I haven't followed up, but I haven't done my parental duty and followed up to see what it's all about.
But you're raising responsible kids, and you're raising educated kids, and you're raising them to understand the realities of life in an age-appropriate way. I know a lot of parents are not doing that for whatever reason. Maybe they're just not as involved. Maybe they don't realize the things that we see in our line of work. But I also feel like when I give my kids a little bit more rope, they're not necessarily going to hang themselves because I've taught them well.
Yes, Stephanie. Again, with the knowledge.
But I feel bad because I think we are all speaking from a place of privilege because my solution to keeping kids away from the bad things is to keep them busy. But not all parents can afford to keep them. I think look at the bills of the swim lessons, guitar lessons, all the lessons.
Well, just open the door and let them go outside.
But here's the other thing too, though.
Our trips to the park.
But again, speaking of like from a place what she just said, she lives in a good neighborhood. Yeah. We all live in good neighborhoods. You can't always in every parental situation open the door and let them go outside. But here's what you do.
So what do we do? Don't give them access to it.
Exactly. You don't have to let them have the phone. They'll have to figure it out. Go play with a cardboard box.
Internet in our house turns off at 7:30.
Yeah.
And my kid doesn't have a real phone. It's a faux phone. He needs internet or Wi-Fi to make it work. It's like an old, like literally probably one of the first iPhones that came out that still functions. And he can't call but the internet shuts off at 7:30. You're not going to, and it's like, just don't give them access to it. And their bedrooms is a no phone or screen zone.
Same.
But if you
and they have a game room for it. No phones. I wish I could do that for myself, but I do use my phone as an alarm. And there's always that panic of what if there's that like late night call. That's probably. But really, I should be taking it out of my room too, because I think bedrooms should be a screen-free zone. We need somewhere just to escape. This should not I think I read somewhere we're opening the world first thing in the morning, and it's something that really resonated with me. It's like, I'm trying not to do it. You're welcoming the whole entire world into your
Is that
bed
the first
when
thing
that's
you
the
do
first thing you look at
when you wake up in the morning?
But I do it for work because I need to see the headlines.
But do you really right away?
Why is that the first thing?
The world's not going to end though.
Why don't you go have your coffee
hold
first?
On. This is why. Oh, I don't drink coffee.
Why don't you go have your Diet Coke first?
You're lucky. Yeah.
My time outside of my room is almost always dedicated to my kids, right? So I have this little window from 7 to 7:30 before I even get in the shower where I get on and I go through my feed. I go through all the press releases I get and I flag and I send them to my email and I mark them for later. Then I get up, I shower, and I'm getting kids ready. I'm taking them to appointments. I'm picking them up. And throughout the day, I go back. So yes, not only does it give me my chance to be informed of things I care about throughout the day, but it's how I prep for work, and it's easier for me because as soon as I leave that room,
everyone's different.
As soon as I leave that room, it's Mom, can you do this?
Yeah.
Mom, even the kids that are in school, I'm getting text messages sometimes going, oh, there's no money in my account. Did you remember to refill it? I'm pulled in so many different directions that maybe it's not healthy, but that's what works for me. So I try not to judge.
I think what a red flag would be, and I've certainly done this many times, is if you get up in the morning, you pick up your phone and you hit the Instagram app or the whatever social media app, and you find yourself going through it. And like, is that really the first thing that you need to do to start your day? And why are you doing it if so?
I think I need to write a book because I have willpower.
It's such a good way for me.
I don't. There is no phone in my bedroom when I go to sleep. It is outside. I wake up in the morning. It's a hard habit to break.
Do you have a literal alarm clock?
I have a literal alarm clock.
That's beautiful.
My husband doesn't. He uses his phone, but I don't look at his phone. So yeah.
See, and for me,
it's just about putting things into perspective. Like, what is the most important thing to you? And my peace of mind is because I know myself. This is not for everybody, but for me, I don't want to keep up with the Joneses. I don't want. That's why I don't have social media like that.
It's not for everybody, and I think we have to find what works for us with phones. And like you said, with the point of privilege, yes, we do have privilege in what we're able to allow our kids to do. Yeah. But if you're going to have children, regardless of privilege, you have a responsibility to be aware and to keep updated and protect.
And
them.
I know my privilege
you're putting in their
my
hands.
Kids are young, so I don't have to have a phone next to me. If they lived away, if they were at some sort of camps, like the week that the girls were at the camp, that was the only time I had that phone next to me. So right now, I'm going to revel in the fact that I can keep it away. Yeah. But as soon as they start being teenagers, going out with people, that's when it has to come in.
You're going to have your phone with you because you want to track them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
but you still...
I don't know about that.
But here's what they're doing now. They have burner phones, and they're putting their phones in a friend's mailbox. Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. Yes, they have burner phones.
Start again.
Of course they do. There's another word for that. There's a word that they have for the burner phone.
Because the Life 360 thing, that's what it is. All parents have it. It's not working, guys. They're leaving their real phones at their friends' houses.
Who's buying this burner phone?
You just go to CVS and buy one.
Anywhere.
But wait, all they need is Wi-Fi.
What are you
Life
talking
360
about right
instead
now?
of just tracking them on the Apple. Like if they have
Find my phone.
Because if they don't have their phone with them,
then if I track my child and they don't have their phone with them, they've lost their phone. They've lost their
the
but
privilege.
here's the thing. No.
That's it.
Okay, no. Here's what they tell you. They're going to a friend's house. They leave that phone at their friend's house. And they take their burner phone with them out.
So you think they're at their friend's house, but they're out with their burner phone.
Yes,
hold on, wait. Okay, now I'm thinking like, am I like this super like
call? A phone call?
You
no.
guys don't check on your kids while they're out
with actual voice call? No, but texting,
and
yes.
Too. Yeah, they have to have their phone to text you. My daughter has to text me when she arrives.
Here's what happens.
That's old school. That's cool.
Yeah,
but Life 360 seems so.
It is awful.
I
use it.
Like she's 17. She's going to be today. She's 17. She's going to be a legal adult in a year, and I'm probably still going to be like, text me when you get. I still do it with my son.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
My daughter, who's in college, we don't tell her to text us or anything. She just has grown up knowing
that.
Life
No. She's scared not to.
I never check where she is. You know why? Because she grew up in this family, texts us by choice.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you know, I'm at so and so's house, and this is what I'm doing.
And I think it's somehow forward it though. They could forward their messages somehow.
Laura.
I'm telling you, these kids are way smarter than we think they are.
Yeah, the moment I find out my kids are doing that, they've lost their phone.
Trust me, my mind was blown. And I was like, oh, good, a whole nother thing to worry about for me in a couple of years.
Now we have to like dump their rooms like they're in a prison cell. Like,
but I have such a good
I'm not letting my kid hear this in case he's never heard of it.
Oh, he's already heard of it, Maggie.
Should we put the disclaimer on
14
before?
and 15.
But again, so this goes to the issue of respectful parenting and respectful resources.
You're right.
I'm not going to say it will never happen. I will never be that kid. I've got 2 kids that are very young. We don't know what's going to happen. But the last 3 that I've gotten to this point, they would never. Because they also know.
That's right.
Like my friend one of Devin's friends at one point was like, let's go do this and call your mom on the way. And Devin's like, no, I'm calling my mom first. Okay. And I told her, I was like, Devin, it's not a big deal. And she's like, no, I told her, like, I am not going to ruin. Devin doesn't have a curfew because she knows legally she can't drive after 11. She comes home before 11. I don't have to make some rules.
You're raising them right.
Because she's created the rules, understanding what the laws are, what's expected of her.
And sometimes, to your earlier point, if you set too strict of guidelines, they're going to find ways to rebel.
Yep.
Yeah. And so we have started with our son Mikey. We always had, as you know, Deanna, screen time limits like crazy. We've lifted them completely. This is now like day 5.
Yeah.
And he says to Mike this morning, "Hey, Dad, you want to reset my screen time limits?" Like, just to show that he's not trying to abuse the privilege.
Yeah.
Like in case you forgot.
He just wants to limit
and my
himself
husband's reaction was like, you know what? No, let's see how it goes. Yeah. I trust you. Let's see. If you abuse the privilege, that's when you lose the privilege. That's the new approach we're trying.
I agree with that.
And I don't know. I think that it's a good one. Oh gosh, what? We have a minute? That's it? I wanted to talk about teen slang, and now we don't have time.
I was going to be good at that.
All right, go. Give me a few. And what do they mean?
A Riz.
Yeah, that's old. That's
okay,
old.
Rizzler, Sigma boy.
8.
Oh yeah, you 8 means like you did something great.
And left no crumbs.
8 and left no crumbs.
And
you gotta add
what's
that
4 plus 4?
8.
Yeah, and left no crumbs.
Nice. See? How about 6, 7? That means nothing. But they just like to annoy us and say it. Yeah. What does that mean?
It kind of means mid
for
too.
sure. Like I agree. Like we're gonna go to the movies. Bet.
Okay.
Like, you agree.
Yeah,
okay. What's chopped?
Chopped. Like it's like you look chopped. Like that outfit's chopped.
Not cute.
Not
busted.
Yeah. But some of it I can't always define, but I know how to use it.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
very millennial.
If you lose aura.
Whatever it
Aura is like Riz? Or no, it's different.
Aura is good.
Oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, right?
We'll pop quiz each other later.
You know what?
We could do it again.
Future Maggie and the Moms episode.
Because
what the heck is
change.
Gen Alpha saying? All right. Thanks for watching, listening. See you next time. What's a cooler way to get out in like a Gen Alpha way?
What do they say?
I know the old ones. I'm Audi 5000.
Okay, no.
Peace out.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.